then maybe that is not so special, right? But what is very special is that we don't even know how many nations are within Nigeria. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So,
Because we
uh,
use around 350, I think
yes,
about
but
500 languages. We don't know yeah.
so do we want to go by languages? Do we want to go by ethnicity?
Yeah.
Or do we want to go along ethno-religious divisions?
Yeah.
Or And for me in particular, I value every community, every language. I don't even want any language to die. Maybe
Yeah.
that is even an idealistic view.
Yeah.
And but my advocacy for how to make Nigeria better is that we need to constitute our federating units and governing units along ethno-linguistic
Yeah.
divisions.
Mentioned insecurity the other time. This is not a word I wanted to. It was never my plan, but I wanted because it happened to me recently, and people would come up to me and say, "We heard Nigerians in the Christians in Nigerians have been persecuted." People will say it, and I always have a difficulty letting them know that the southern part of Nigeria and the northern part of Nigeria are totally vastly different worlds. That the same way people here in the UK are hearing the news is the same way some Southerners are hearing the news. Many Southerners don't even know what's happening in the North. And many times we're not even sympathetic to them, even
Mm.
though we're Nigerians, we're living in Nigeria. And it's only when someone from the North comes and tells us this thing is going to run. So if somebody were to ask you that, how do you start explaining to them that it's actually Christians in a particular part of Nigeria? So it's not the whole of Nigeria that's under attack, for example, or they say they heard that Trump is attacking Nigeria. I mean, people, and then you want to try to start from the beginning. So Nigeria is a very big country, know that. We have a vast population. We have different ethnic groups. And some parts of Nigeria, I mean, in a way, if you talk about Banana Island, talk about Lekki and Ikoyi, it's like Europe. It's like
Mm.
Europe on its own.
Yeah.
So how does one start explaining to them that yes, this thing has been going on and it didn't start today. It's been there for a long, long time. That even we, the Southerners, do not even understand the extent to which these things, how deep these things are, the extent they go. So I don't know if anyone has asked you, any non-Nigerian, particularly maybe European, and how were you able to explain the nuances? You mentioned nuances the other time, because nuances are what make the difference in many conversations.
Yes. Wow. That is like putting me on the spot. But very interesting. Indeed, I've had some opportunities to have conversations about this. Maybe someone hears something from the news or just some people being curious. So, okay, that's Nigeria, blah blah. Well, what I explain to people is that we first acknowledge that Nigeria is a country of nations,
Exactly.
and then maybe that is not so special, right? But what is very special is that we don't even know how many nations are within Nigeria. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So,
Because we
uh,
use around 350, I think
yes,
about
but
500 languages. We don't know yeah.
so do we want to go by languages? Do we want to go by ethnicity?
Yeah.
Or do we want to go along ethno-religious divisions?
Yeah.
Or And for me in particular, I value every community, every language. I don't even want any language to die. Maybe
Yeah.
that is even an idealistic view.
Yeah.
And but my advocacy for how to make Nigeria better is that we need to constitute our federating units and governing units along ethno-linguistic
Yeah.
divisions.
Yeah. It will reduce the differences to some extent.
Yes,
Yeah.
like at states or regions, and then coming down to maybe provinces,
Yeah.
and then municipalities.
Yeah.
I believe that there is a way we can restructure our federating units
Yeah.
to reflect ethno-linguistic connections
Mm.
rather than the arbitrary divisions that we have right now.
Yeah.
Because I believe
Yeah.
that is part of the problem.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that's part of the big problems. So going back to what is happening right now, I just thought I tell people that first understand these complexities about
Yeah.
different parts of Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then we simplify it to say, oh, there's the northern part, then there's the southern part.
Yeah.
That is also very, very simplistic,
It's
right?
very simplistic. Very
And
simplistic.
then in relation to insecurity and Christian persecution,
Yeah.
discourse,
Yeah.
whatever,
Do you know
I
why I
am
asked
quick.
this? Do you know one of the reasons I asked you this? I'm sorry to cut you.
Yes.
Someone asked me if that was the reason I'm in the UK. I'm telling you.
Seriously.
I'm telling you. It's not
Yeah.
because we know you're a Christian, maybe that's why.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying I don't even know what this persecution is. I've never been it in
Well,
my life.
well,
Even from that part
I
of
want to
Nigeria.
I want to tell you that there's somebody somewhere that is seeking asylum now, probably due to that
Yeah.
persecution issues.
Yeah.
And it might be genuine
Yeah.
or not. But
Yeah.
because that's where I'm going to. That when we now say we have the South and the North,
Yeah.
I'm quick to add that in between the South and what we call the North, because it's like the South is just the, when people do this North South, do we realize that it does not go by, the middle of the map? No, the,
No.
the South is very tiny, actually. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why some people in what is also called the North Central, they
Yeah.
believe
Middle
that they are
belt.
not part of the North.
Definitely.
They
Yeah.
are what they call middle
Middle belt.
belt.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's
And this middle belt has a lot of ethnic linguistic groups.
that are totally different from each other.
Yes, totally different from each
Yeah.
other. And many of them are not religiously, they are not affiliated to Islam.
Definitely. Everyone
Yes.
who cares to know, we know that. We just group them. Yeah.
Yes. So, and I do acknowledge that some of the issues that they are facing in the middle belt, sincerely, it will amount to religious persecution. Looking at the characteristics of those that attack them.
Exactly.
But even though at the end of the day, we give it different names and
Names.
it
Yeah.
has different dynamics,
Yeah.
they have called it
Ada
armed,
farmer crisis.
yeah, elders, farmers, clashes or
Yeah.
conflicts, or they
Yeah.
will say, okay, on armed or killer headsmen
Glad,
attacking
man. Yeah.
or banditry.
Yeah. Banditry.
Some people say it's like a religion. Some people will say that it's also connected to history of the resistance that people around that region, you
About.
know, um, uh, 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 um, what would I say? The resistance that they demonstrated when Islam was coming to
Yeah.
their communities
When
years
it's going
ago,
to
and
jihad.
they
Yeah.
really they fought back, killed
Yeah.
some people, the jihadists or the
Yeah.
evangelists of Islam there,
Yeah.
and some people believe that one of the reasons why they have not been that the descendants of those that they killed or that they repaired have not forgiven them. That's
Yeah.
why these people keep coming back to come and um to come and
Try
carry
to
out
occupy.
what is
Yeah.
called reprisal attacks.
Attacks. Mm.
So it is very, very complicated.
It
I would
is.
say, but now to the upper north, or what some people call the core north,
Yeah.
it is very, very apparent that apart from demonstrable or very defined religious attacks, which sometimes happen, or religious rioting,
Yeah.
especially due to certain grievances
Yeah.
that is perceived by some Muslims.
Yeah.
Apart from that, Christians have witnessed that
Yeah.
historically in North.
Yeah.
Apart from that, other insecurity issues, I would say, in the core North now,
Yeah.
Muslims as well as Christians have been at the receiving end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
A lot of attacks by these terrorist groups, Muslims have been victims, Christians
Mm.
have been victims.
Yeah.
But we can point to cases of Muslim communities being attacked. There's no
Yeah.
doubt, and I
Yeah.
believe that the internal refugee camps,
Yeah.
the IDPs, are full of Muslims and Christians.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as I will say, in some parts of these societies, for example, in Benue and
Yeah.
southern Kaduna,
Yeah. Up
I
Plateau
don't think we
State.
can
Yeah.
hide from the fact that Christian communities have been
Are
clearly
being
at the receiving end.
eliminated. Are being wiped out.
Yes,
Yeah.
there have
Yeah.
been attacks and at the receiving end of what would be called Christian persecution or genocide. But
Do you
like I
know that?
said, we need
Yeah.
to add
Yeah.
again that what we might even call this Christian persecution in these communities is also colored with fight for resources.
Yeah.
Uh, you know
Maybe. Yeah.
uh,
Political. Yeah.
yeah,
Issues.
and
Yeah.
also political issues. It's very unfortunate. And also, what do we have to say when they also tell us that those that are carrying out the attacks are from another country? But in any
Exactly.
case, okay, let me mention the South. In the South, I think clearly in the South, there are no Christian communities or certain churches that are,
Yeah.
you
No, no,
know,
in the southwest. In the south,
yes,
south, and southeast, it's predominantly Christians.
yep. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In the Southwest, even though we have Muslims, but
Yeah.
the Muslims they don't like carry out attacks
No,
to
I mean,
target.
like we know, you and I know, there's
Yes, I
hardly
just
any
want to say
family
it
in the
out very clearly
southwest. There's hardly
that
no
what.
family in the southwest that
Mhm.
doesn't have both Christians and Muslims. There's hardly no. It will be
Yeah,
difficult in
there's
the southwest. I have uncles and aunts that are Muslims, for
yeah,
example, and they
yes,
all
it's
come
very hard
together.
in
So
the Southwest to
there's
not find
hardly any
to not
family
to not find
in
them.
this in the southwest. Maybe if you find a family in the southwest, then maybe it's from Ondo State, as it's going close
Yeah.
already. But from
So
Osun to Oyo to Ogun to Lagos,
yes, that is very common, and they are
yeah.
living, happily ever together.
Ever, I'm telling you.
And even though some people will say that that is made possible because the Muslims in the Southwest are not Muslims enough,
Let me tell you
are
something.
not Islamic enough.
Let me tell you something. I served in Kano State. I served in Kura local government, Kano State, particularly in Ungogo, I think. And I don't know if I remember was the camp in Ungogo, I've forgotten, but I served in Kano State. And one of those days when we got there to play a PPA, place of primary assignment, they gave us a school, secondary school gave us a hostel. And we were there, about six of us, one from Borno, who was a Muslim who understood Hausa. Three of us, no, one from the southeast, Igbo. The three of us, or the rest of us, four of us were Yorubas. Out of the Yoruba, no. One other person from Delta State, and three of us Yoruba. One of us was Muslim, and then two of us, Benga and I, my roommate, who were Christians. And a girl of about 7 years or 8 years came to the gate of our lodge and said something outside we didn't know. Then we just heard the Hausa man shoo her away and shouted on her. And then she left. And then when we asked him what she said the girl looked at us and called us infidels. And that's a 9-year-old girl. And kind of came into our compound, looked at us and said in Hausa language, "These infidels." But we didn't understand. It was the guy who was from Bornu and spoke Hausa to her and sent her away. And among us was a Muslim who, and then he was talking to us. That's the Hausa guy, and he said that Hausa Muslims believe that Muslims from the south are not really Muslim. I mean, and this guy will go into the same mosque with them to
Yeah,
pray and the rest. It's a bit complicated. And
that's
another thing
it.
I want to add is, you see, in that same Kano, that's a core knot, there are pockets of Christian communities.
Yes, that's what I wanted to add. And they are subjected to the Sharia law that is in operation in some of these states,
Yeah,
including in Yobe and
yeah,
other corners. There are Christian communities there. So
I'm telling
in many
you.
ways, they are also being persecuted in some way,
Let me tell
even
you
if
one. Let me
not
tell you one way. So we
in
went for
terms of
rural rugged.
genocide.
We went for rural rugged, and then we went there. As Christian couples, we went there, and the community where we went to, it was separated from another community just by a tiny road, a small road. But because the community where we went to, there was church there, so it was a Christian community. They were lacking basic amenities that its community on the other side of the road had, like electricity, just because it was a Christian community. But
Wow.
if we never went for rural rugged, we would never know that something like that
No,
was happening.
no,
We would
no.
even think the whole of Kano
Yeah.
was Muslim. But there was that small community that
Mhm.
was facing that persecution. They were not being wiped out, just that they were just being denied resources.
Certain things. Yes.
It's so complicated that
Um,
the
yeah, it's
only
very
thing
complicated,
is the
but we need
sincerity
to.
of government to just be fair on everybody, ensure lives
Yes.
and property are safe. It's sacrosanct. It shouldn't be about what religion you belong to. It shouldn't be about what tribe. Every life is sacrosanct. Or how do they say it? Sanctity of life. Everything,
Yeah.
property should be protected. It shouldn't be about who is in power and who is not in power. Just do what is right. Safety of citizens and
Yeah.
sorry of government. Yeah.
So, if we look at it in some way, um, well, at the state level, some of these persecution, mild persecution, or severe persecutions is as a result of uh, the fact that the states have adopted Islam as the religion
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
state,
Understood. Yeah,
which is
yeah.
which is constitutional, and that makes it unfortunate,
Uh,
right?
if she said
So, but
constitution, I did not know what it was.
and but some people are doing these things not because they are in any way state actors.
Yeah,
They just find excuses from their uh, religious convictions,
yeah,
even though there are still many uh, people in that religion that will counter them. But in a
yeah,
way, we know
yeah,
that they find some convictions and they
yeah,
do the unfortunate things that they will do. But
yeah.
like you said, I think at the end of the day, we don't want this to be a competition. We don't want
Exactly.
it to be like it's very hard to explain. So what we need to do is just to stop it
Stop it. It's simple.
because
Anyone who kills another person
one
is a
cannot
criminal.
one
It's a
cannot
simple
just
thing.
say like so like 100% Christians in Nigeria
Yeah,
are being are being killed like 100% like that. It's also very dangerous not to acknowledge that there are still these communities that are under these attacks up to the point of being massacred.
And they are Nigerians, and they deserve to be protected by the state. They
Yes,
deserve to live
by the
without
state.
fear. They decide to live, because people,
So
and that's the thing. We in the South, in a way, except for those people maybe in those states or the state who still have some incursions, really, people in the South are living without fear. Christians in the South are living without fear. We don't even know
yeah,
anything that is happening. But some people are there, and only because of their faith and probably ethnicity, they cannot sleep with closed eyes. They have to form local vigilantes to protect the
yes.
community. They have to do all these things. It's
And, and that is why, due to what happened in Owo and what recently happened in Kwara, of course, the Christians in the south also began to develop some palpable
yeah,
fear that
measures.
this
Yeah,
is coming down, this is
yeah,
coming towards us. We need
yeah,
to do something.
yeah,
Let's stop this thing. Many
yeah,
people were feeling like this is coming home.
yeah,
This is coming home.
yeah,
So at the end of the day, the government just has to be more responsible and do the needful. But that takes us to another thing that it some people will even say that it's not about incompetence. It's about the fact that the establishment in Nigeria is
yeah,
infiltrated with mighty people that
yeah,
are happy about this, or
yeah,
they are in partnership with people that carry out these attacks.
yeah. Or
So
lose a lot of political capital if they decide to
if
act.
yeah, if they act or speak against it.
Yeah.
And another part of this issue is lack of education,
So, so,
especially
so.
in that north, especially,
Yeah.
and the fact that I always tell people one of the problems we have in Nigeria is not even overpopulation, but the fact that as we are increasing in population, as we are having what is called a demographic dividends, very youthful population. But how many of these youthful population are well educated? How many
Yeah.
the,
And
the
and
north
and,
has
and I know the
millions of
education
children
you're
out of school.
and the education you're talking about is even the education where you can question things, where you don't have to accept whatever anybody tells you.
Yes, and see, we can even take it from the very obvious point of they don't being critical is even like another level. Let's start from the lower level of being busy. I believe that if you are in school, you get busy.
Exactly, exactly.
These are children that are very hyperactive. They got to
Yeah,
do something if they are not
yeah,
if they are not in school, because school will moderate your time. You
exactly.
have responsibility to wake up in the morning, prepare for school, come back, do your assignment, be with your children, be with your parents. You can go to farm and do some things. Weekend you assist your parents, and then you prepare for school again. I
Yeah,
believe that children being out of school is one of the very, very big dangers confronting Nigeria, because when these teenagers, when they become teenagers, very active, and they are not aspiring to be educated, to go to the university of college, or any college, what do? They get into the hands of these people that
yeah,
that will radicalize them or give them a gun and say become a kidnapper or
yeah,
become a bandit, so that you
yeah.
can get gold, or in the name of just being
Faithful,
or
adherent. Yeah,
or as a form allegiance
yeah,
to to your God, or to
yeah,
Islam. So I
yeah,
think just because many children are out of school is a very big issue.
yeah. Yeah, let's leave that and come
Yeah.
back. We're now doing our homecoming. We're finishing now, but I have a few
Okay.
questions. In a few words, has traveling out for international exposure been worth it? Has it been worth it?
Yes, I
Have you
think
gained
so.
anything that you think probably if you
Oh
were in
yes.
Nigeria you wouldn't have gained?
Yes, I've gained a lot. Gained a lot. It's been worth it. And
So
yes, I
knowing
think
what
it's
so no, but knowing what you know now, if you were to go back in time, would you still have traveled out of Nigeria? with all those things that you have said you've missed about Nigeria, the family connection, the weather and the rest, would you still, if you knew all these things, you knew them about, you knew all about these things before you left, would you still have taken that step based on what you think you have gained from coming to the West?
No doubt, no
Oh,
doubt.
okay.
I will say have done that again. I will say I've preferred to get my PhD from 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 abroad. Not because my PhD will be in any way superior to a PhD in Nigeria, but because of the conditions attached. And you have to put it in also my personal perspective or tragic, but let me call it biography. The fact that I am an orphan, so I grew up
You like to
without
say
my
that a
parents.
lot. You never let us rest.
Do I? I don't even say that a lot, but
No,
it's
about
part
me. I
of
mean, at
the.
least to me, you say
Oh,
it comes up in our
seriously.
discussions.
Okay. No, yeah, because I grew up without my parental
Yeah, I
support,
understand. I understand
and
everything.
practically no family was there to send me to the university. It took me a
Yeah,
lot of self effort and
yeah,
and
yeah,
assistance from even strangers
yeah, yeah,
to finish my secondary
yeah,
school,
yeah,
bachelor's,
yeah,
and even master's.
yeah,
So, having gone through all of that,
yeah,
I was like, if I could find, like, if I would not have to struggle a lot
yeah.
financially to get my PhD, I would
Mm,
definitely prefer that. And so right now, I will still go for that, sincerely.
yeah.
So it's been worth it also in terms of persons that I've met,
Mm, mm, mm.
Nigerians, even abroad, and non-Nigerians,
Yeah,
connections that I've made, relationships that I've formed with people in Germany,
yeah.
in Italy, in the US,
Mm,
and also how, in a way, how my professional development has been going.
mm,
If I would, apart from just getting my PhD in Nigeria, if I
yeah.
were in Nigeria, I wouldn't have got opportunities to attend several international conferences that I have attended,
Mm.
several international publications
If you had your money,
that I
maybe.
made. What did you say?
I said, if you had your money, maybe you'd have sponsored yourself.
Yeah, that's why I said that I'm not talking for others, but I'm talking
Yeah,
also in humble acknowledgement of my
yeah, yeah,
biographical
yeah,
perspective,
yeah,
where I'm coming from, where I've been.
yeah,
So, even if I had become a lecturer
yeah,
in any Nigerian university,
yeah,
how hard it will still. I will have to, like, at this level, I wouldn't have attained some of the things that I
yeah,
have
yeah.
attained. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying.
Yes,
I
as
know,
I'm
I know,
climbing the ladder
I know.
in
Yeah,
Nigeria, maybe when
yeah,
I've now become like a senior
yeah,
lecturer or associate professor, I may have
yeah,
more opportunity to now achieve these
yeah,
things. But as a young or as an emerging scholar,
yeah,
no, I wouldn't have got a
yeah,
lot that I have achieved right now. So it's been worth it from that professional perspective, personal perspective. And this is also not to say that I've not sacrificed certain things,
yeah.
I've
I know, I know, I know, I
yes,
know.
so
Yeah, I know.
I've sacrificed certain things, personal
I think what
challenges.
Yeah, I know. I think what, for me, the summary of what you have just said is that we are not taking for granted the ability to focus on our studies most times without really being bothered about the financial implications. If we were in
Mm.
Nigeria, we would have been thinking of how will I pay the next school fees, the next bench fee, the next thing. Well, here, but because of this opportunity, we were able to know that at least it's sorted. Not the best stipend in the world, but at least it's sorted. And then we have the opportunity to travel to conferences that's funded. I guess we're not taking that for granted
Yeah.
at all. We're not taking
Since
that. Yeah,
2022, I've attended international conferences within Europe even in the US. I've been to the US every year.
I've
Like
never been to the
last year,
US.
2025, I attended three conferences in the
And
US.
you didn't take me to any one of them. Not fair. Not fair.
2024, I attended maybe two. 2023, 2022, I also attended, this very big conference of American Association
Yeah,
for Adult and
yeah,
Continuing
I saw that.
Education.
Yeah,
It's an annual conference, and
yeah,
I've been attending it. I even got an award in
yeah. I saw it.
2024,
I saw it.
yeah, as um, um, award for leadership award for graduate student.
Oh yeah.
So I really appreciate all of these things. Sincerely, I do. I think what could be like a follow-up to your question, if you have it in mind, but let me add it because many people ask, is okay, would I have done my PhD in Italy?
Okay, I didn't have it in
Uh,
my. That's something, but I didn't have that exactly in mind. But why not? Go
yeah,
ahead and talk
many
about
will
it.
ask, would I have done this in Italy or uh, or in the
Or why
US?
did you choose Italy? That's the
Would
question
I?
I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I got that a lot too, especially from when I just started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I chose Italy for two reasons or maybe three reasons. Number one, I saw Italy as still being part of the European system,
Yeah.
which I think had the quality of education that
Yeah.
I wanted and stuff like that. So for me, that was given, and I think that is still given.
Yeah.
Italian education system is also very
Yeah.
quality and stuff like that. I also chose Italy because actually, personally, historically, I like Italy. The culture and everything romantic about Italy that is out there, the history. I really like that. I like the language, although I don't think the language likes me. I like
You don't like the
Italian a
language
lot,
enough.
but I don't think it likes me because after 5 years, it's still very difficult for me to speak it. So, but that is another thing. Um, the third thing was that at that point when I was applying or looking at different options, Germany, US, Italy was just the first one that just opened. And in a way, you contributed to that. You were already here in Italy, just as you said at the beginning of this interview, that you were here like a year before me. So you even sent me like links to opportunities, and I began to explore and I began to understand. Well, I could just come here. So and eventually I I was happy to come here. I will not even lie. I will not say I didn't come here like as a second option, even though, like I said, I was also exploring US. Maybe if I had gone US at that point, I would also have gone. But when I was coming here, I came with enthusiasm, with
Yeah.
passion, and stuff like that. And for me, I have no to regret in that respect. But
Yeah.
looking back, if you now turn that question is, would you have chosen like the US or UK? Essentially, let me put it more specifically, would I have chosen an English speaking country? Um, uh, if if the opportunities like came at the same time, I think yes, I will definitely choose an English speaking country.
It's natural.
But yes, I, I have to say this. It sounds obvious, but for some people, they would rather wait until they have that opportunity from an English speaking country.
Wọ́n á dúró pẹ́, wọ́n á pẹ́ ta gan.
Some people will rather wait, and that is not necessarily bad, but
Exactly.
it is also not necessarily advisable.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
because at the end of the day, there are different ways that things work.
Yeah.
Some people they will come here and they abandon whatever they are doing in a country like Italy or even Germany or another European country, non-English
Yeah, speaking like,
country, and then they will still be looking for, "Ah, I have to go to UK, I have to go to Canada, I have to go to the US." That's what they will do because of the language barrier,
yeah,
essentially. So, but in any case, yes, while if I had those opportunities at the same
yeah,
time, maybe I would choose an English speaking
yeah,
country. But I have no iota of doubt that I chose Italy and that I embraced Italy
yeah,
and the opportunities that I found there.
yeah,
But however, there are peculiar challenges that I've been going through during my program and now after my program
yeah,
that are essentially language related.
yeah, I know,
Yes, that I've been facing and that I'm still facing. But
yeah,
maybe because of the kind of person that I am, um, I will rather focus on what I have gained.
yeah.
Uh, that's
Yeah,
just
if
it.
if I can add to that, when people ask me why did you choose Italy, I said, hi there. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video up to this point. I would like to ask you to please like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Italy was the first, I mean, I was Italy now, meaning the university I went to, was the first one that gave me a full scholarship. Simple.
Yeah,
Why? I got an admission to the University of Warwick here in the UK, and I'd already spoken to the supervisor, but they didn't give me a scholarship. I didn't come. Incidentally,
I
my
remember I
supervisor
also applied to work.
my supervisor in the UK, in Italy, my venture supervisor, spiritual supervisor, and the one who was supposed to be my supervisor in Warwick, they're very good friends, they're colleagues there.
Wow.
I mean, they're very close. So, but from the fact that that institution or Italy was the one that gave me full scholarship, because also I got one at Verona, but they didn't give me full scholarship. Yeah, because I was number four out
Mm,
of number three. So Milano Bicocca gave me first one, but I feel God led me. I see the hand of God in everything because I see the kind of supervisor I had. It was
mm,
only God. I see the relationship I developed with her, with
mm.
family, I would say, because I met even the children, family, the husband who has been my friend, lifelong friend right now, who has been my friend, the family has been my family. I mean, he will always tell me, if you come to Italy with your family, come, we're ready to host you. All of you, the whole family. He tells me,
Wow.
he always asks me, when are you coming to Italy? When are you coming to Italy? So, I mean, I see the hand of God in that, and I would not deny the hand of God in
Me
that at
too.
all. I see that God really wanted me to be, and also going to Milano Bicocca gave me an easy access to the UK. My wife was already in the UK because she couldn't come to Italy
Mm,
because of the things. But on two occasions, I got Erasmus funding to go to the University of Glasgow.
mm.
So I came to the
Fantastic.
UK
Yeah, you told me.
based on scholarship. Yeah. And I mean, I
And
just see
then
the
and
hand
then
of how
and
God
then
worked everything out.
yeah,
So I still have the UK University there
yeah,
somewhere on the CV, and it's two times I came. So I see the hand of God. I see the hand of God in it, and I'm really grateful. And I also met very wonderful, even Nigerians in the UK, in my church. Oh my
yeah.
God, very wonderful Nigerians who are my lifelong friends, who are friends I've met, I've made. So, oof, did I enjoy
See?
Italy? I did, and I tell people. So someone recently was linked to me. She just got an admission at the University of Pavia. She's supposed, I was asking you to send me a link. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So, and she said, "What do you think about Italy?" I said, "Go, go! Don't even think twice about it." And I was like, said because I said, "Go." I said, "It's a beautiful country." I tell people, Italy is beautiful, more beautiful than
Yeah,
the UK. Italy is
very pretty.
beautiful. Every part
Yeah,
of Italy
I
is
tell people.
beautiful. I tell people, but it's a point. It's arguable. I say even food is cheaper in Italy than in the UK. But people argue with it. Some people argue with me. I think food is cheaper in the UK. So okay, yeah, maybe more jobs in the UK, yeah, but food
Yeah.
is cheap, life is
Mm-hmm.
easier in the UK. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good place. Even the English people want to come to Italy to live if they could if they could find a way, they will come to live there. So
So,
it's a
i-
beautiful country for
if
me.
another thing is that even though there are, I would say, restricted job opportunities in
Yeah,
Italy,
yeah,
the post-study integration is very, very straightforward. It's like the best. Like, apart from issues of language and which is very
yeah,
connected to
yeah.
getting a job, you in terms of bureaucracy, you don't have
Too much.
no, you don't have to be, you have to submit some papers, but unlike in the UK and in the US where you are counting like, oh, I have 3 months or six
Yeah,
months or one
yeah,
year
yeah,
to
yeah.
get
We
a
switch.
starting
Yeah,
document,
yeah,
otherwise I'll be thrown out of this
yeah,
country. It's not really like that in Italy. It is very, very friendly when it comes to post-study integration, and many of the things that you mentioned apply to me. I also appreciate God's grace, along the journey so
yeah.
far, even from my bachelor's, as I said, master's, this university, the Italy, the family, even church family that I have here. Very, very fantastic for me. And I do say something. I still said it in one of my presentations last year at a conference. I do feel like Italy needs to do more in terms of PR. Yeah, Italy is very beautiful and good for so many things. It already has some uh, good, reputation
Yeah,
about food, uh, about beautiful cities. But many people still think that, oh, it's about racism.
yeah, yeah,
Some people still think like, oh, Italians are racist, they
yeah.
will attack you, they will do
Because they've
that.
not come. Yeah.
Sincerely, that has not been my experience.
Me too.
If Italians have been very fantastic,
Yeah,
my friends, my colleagues, it's been um, overall very
yeah.
fantastic. Um,
About the PR that you said, yeah, maybe they need to do more. But let's also think that the kind of scholarships that you and I got into Italy is, I don't know, I think if I've seen it in other countries. You see, so they have
mm,
scholarships and then they have a category for non-Italians.
yes.
In other countries, it's scholarship for everybody. So you're
Mm,
fighting with everybody. But the kind of the ones that is the one for non, though we're still fighting with people from Europe, from Asia, but at least it's for non-Italians,
yeah,
meaning that at least the pool has been in a way reduced.
reduce.
And so it was, we were able to go on that kind of scholarship. I've not seen it in any other
Yes,
place.
yes. I
And
think
many Italian universities have it extra. I mean, I
mhm,
wanted to say the Italian word, it skipped, it skipped my mind straight away. I can't remember. But this Italian for non, this citizen for scholarships for non-Italian citizens. I've only seen it
yes.
in Italy. I don't see it anywhere. I
Yeah.
mean, so
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe unless we are talking about certain or Commonwealth
Oh,
or
no, no,
some certain programs
yeah,
that
yeah,
are
no, no,
targeting
yeah, no, no, no,
students from
yeah,
low income
yeah. I'm
countries,
not talking about those.
but in terms of university policies,
Yeah,
universities
they create spaces for
based
international. Yeah,
grants. Yes,
yeah,
I don't also know if we have something
yeah,
like that in the
yeah,
US, but
yeah,
in here in Italy, it is very clear. It's a matter of law. They
yeah.
determine every year how many positions will be given to applicants that did not obtain their qualifications in Italy. So,
Oh,
and I think that was very good.
that's
So, like you said, one cannot take away, the attractiveness, let me
yeah,
put, if I may put it like that, of being fully
yeah,
funded for your
yeah,
PhD program
yeah,
for 3 years or
yeah,
3.5 years.
yeah,
So, that was very attractive enough.
yeah,
So, why would I not do it here?
yeah. The final question is, how has it been? You answer all of them together. Being the president of NiSiT, How has it been? How has it been beneficial to people coming? How have Nigerian students found it? Having that kind of, we didn't have it when we were coming into Italy. So how has it been a help? What are some of the highlights of that organization? So I mean everything that comes to mind. So NiSiT, what is it? How did you
Yes.
start it with other people? What has it? How has it been leading other Nigerians in Italy? And what are the highlights? What are some of the challenges? And has it really been helpful for people?
Hmm.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Well, yes, I will try to summarize. Thank you for asking about that, because that has also been an important aspect of my scholarly journey here. When I came in 2020, um, as soon I actually got connected to a community. It was a community without name, or at most, it was called Go Italia,
Oh, okay.
um, co-founded by the Habib Adiagbo.
Oh, okay.
He's now
I
in the
never knew of
US.
that when I came. I
Yeah,
didn't even know.
it was actually when I was I was processing my visa. I think
Really?
yes, it was at the point of submitting my visa application that I came in contact with someone.
How? How did you know? Because I didn't know
So
them.
it was just this lady. I think this lady is also in the US now. Nigeria, it particularly did. I just said there is an online platform for this, blah blah blah. I was added to Go Italia, and I was there. That lady was there. Other people. Then when I got my when I got my visa, I was moved from that Go Italia to another group.
Really? Never
So
experienced that.
and that is still the system that we operate till today. And
So
it
was
was
that the Go Italia one that you gave me to give that lady that I asked you about?
yes, that's the Go
Oh,
Italia. The Go
okay, okay,
Italia is meant for prospective scholars in Italy. It's an
okay. I
initiative
don't know
created
anything
by
about.
this
Yeah,
Habib Adiagbo
there
and
you
the
go.
likes of Olatunji Ojoawo, Abiola Jayi, and some other people that we met here in Italy. I really appreciate what they did. So I didn't need the Go Italia, a lot, that
Because you had
platform
done
at all.
your visa. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was at the
and
point.
because most of the things that they were doing, most of their support and services were applicable to master's students.
Yeah, that was why I asked you for that girl because I
Yes,
told her I couldn't tell
yes,
of
yes.
anything.
And at that
Yeah,
point
yeah.
in time, also, not many people were coming to Italy for PhD program.
PhD, yeah,
Not
yeah.
many.
Maybe that's why I was alone. But I was
Yes.
fortunate that my church had three PhD students, Nigerians. Three. So
Wow.
I was fortunate that that
Well,
was my own soft landing, and two
wow.
of them were from my university. So that was so I didn't have Go Italia or
Wow.
anything,
I,
but
I
I had
only
that.
I only met one Nigerian PhD student when I came here at this university. And
Yeah,
even until now, he was like the only senior PhD student. Uh,
yeah.
yes, that
I
he
met
has
one. I met later
it's
on Twitter. I met
now
Dimeji Mudele. I don't know if you know Dimeji Mudele. He's in Harvard now. His name is postdoc in
okay.
Harvard now. I just met. I just saw on Twitter that he was in Pavia. I said, okay, I just sent him a message and we connected. That was how I knew the PhDs were
Yeah.
already around. I didn't know the others.
So after I got my visa and then I was moved to this particular platform where those they were already studying in Italy where that was when I really needed some help, and I had a peculiar I need a peculiar support because I was a PhD student.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was introduced to someone um that was on his PhD in mathematics at the University of Bari. Apart from that,
Long, long.
so that was like the apart from you that I also knew, that was like another person that I knew. Then later I heard that there was someone in Bologna. But now I can tell you we have so many Nigerian PhD
Yeah.
students in this country. But 5 years ago, it wasn't that common. So in any case, I was linked to some master students in Padova for temporary accommodation. That was something I badly needed at that point, and I'm very grateful to
Everybody.
for the linkage. So it
Yeah.
was admins of this program. They were also master students that linked me with some people in Padova, and we still use that modality until now. So those guys that welcomed me in Padova, they are now in Canada. One is called Muiwa, the other one is called Widwan. So and people have really been assisting. We have been doing that, and that is, I would say that is what NiSiT is for. NiSiT, the Nigerian Scholars in Italy. So now Ego Italia is an initiative. It is a sustained initiative of NiSiT. Okay, so in 2021, a Nigerian student from Bologna and a Nigerian student in Padova had a meeting, a summer meeting, what we now call the Padova Convention. So it was in Padova, and that was where we discussed moving the community to the next level.
Hey, why invite me? You're me.
Yeah, we are so sorry we should have included you. So we formed a working committee of about 7 or 8 people. I was among them, and it was in that committee that we came up with the name, the logo of the association, and then we began to work towards structuring the association. And uh, even though we started all of that in 2021, we didn't have our inaugural election until 2023, November 2023, and I was elected as the first president, national president of the of the association. And now I would say it's a very big association. Maybe we were just about 100, years ago. Now our platform and our database, now we have, over 400
Wow.
members. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are already approaching 500, or maybe we are not even to 500. So apart from Go Italia, we have developed and what do we do in Go Italia? First, we offer support pro bono, free of charge support to people that want to study in Italy in terms of admission, visa application, relocation process, you know payment of some dues, just helping people to facilitate different aspects of these things, uh, helping people to understand the process, the bureaucracy, and how they can get scholarship. So we do webinars, multiple webinars during the year. We have a standby WhatsApp and Telegram groups. We're also present on LinkedIn. You can check us out, Nigerian Scholars in Italy. Then, so through this Go Italia, we do all of that for people. Beyond that, we also support ourselves as a community of scholars in Italy, which includes bachelor student, master student, PhD student, postdoc. Now we have also created a forum called uh, Doctoral and Postdoctoral Forum
Mm.
within the NiSiT community. We do different things for to help ourselves, collaboration, engagement. We organize webinars. I think the last webinar was in December, where we talked about transitioning in and out of academia. So we do stuff like this, and right now we are in the process of finalizing our registration with the Italian government. We have adopted our constitution, made a constitution of the association last year. So these are some of the highlights of what we'll be doing. I've been very fortunate and privileged to be the president and working with fantastic co-leaders. in the National Executive Committee. Um, Apart from traditional offices within the committee, we also have regional leaders. We call them regional coordinators. At least about 12 regions out of 20 right now. We have coordinators for them. So we try to bring our support system down to the local level. So this is what we'll be doing. It's We also have get together. We in terms of yearly hangout, almost every December and sometimes during the summer, we hang out. We also support, ourselves in terms of social welfare. Some of us, when you have your wedding, you call us, we attend, we give you that Niger vibes, you
ẹ
know,
wá
at a
ṣe
wedding
wá ṣe nǹkan
or
kan mi láì gbogbo wà tó
graduation.
wà around káwa náà lọ jó tó wà ń bẹ̀.
Yes, we'll be building on that. And a lot it's been going on. So that's
That's good.
basically about
That's
NiSiT.
that's beautiful. Congratulations on those milestones.
Thank you. So,
And
and we always
achievements.
kind of like, you should know anyone that does not know about us yet, please bring them on, introduce them to us, be part of us.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
for those of you that are not even around, we are also kind of creating system to, contact you again, especially if you have gone through some
Ṣé ẹ máa fún mi
scholarship
visa kí n
period.
wá ṣe ni wá sí Italy torí visa mi ti expire.
Oh my God.
Ṣé ẹ máa fún mi visa wá ṣe kó wá náà.
Well, at least we can give you a letter of recommendation or invitation.
Kí ni
You
lẹ́tà
know,
ẹ
we
fún mi
we
visa ẹ sọ pé ẹ fún bàbá mi visa náà òyìnbó fún mi visa.
uh, we like to keep engaging some of you. And as you are out of Italy or you are still in Italy, you are done with your program. We are also creating, a kind of professional network for those that are also out of studentship or even out of academia, we want to maintain relationship at the professional level for networking and all of that. So you're always welcome, and your support would always be appreciated. Thank you.
Àbí kò pè mí pé kájọ kọ pépà.
Yes, collaboration. Yes, scholarly collaboration. It's definitely one of those things. That's what we do at the level of the doctoral and postdoctoral forum too. Yes, of course.
That's
You know that on a personal level, that our paper is due. Of course, somehow it
I
it will
don't.
be done. It will be done.
God.
You know, we are not just colleagues in terms of research interest and focus. We
Yeah.
are we are very, very like this.
Yeah.
Now that I'm done with my PhD and maybe somehow so moving forward, we have to, reflect on some topics together.
I'm
We've got a
applauding
lot
you
in
because
common.
you are the president and we will be waiting for a president.
Oh my God.
Wow,
Thank you.
man,
Thank
it's
you.
been a very, very good time talking to you.
Wow.
It's been enlightening. It's been stimulating. Really, I found the
Wow.
conversation really
It's been it's been
stimulating.
almost 3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, This has
it's
this has to be in 3 parts or even four
exactly three or
four
four parts.
parts.
Yeah, 3 or 4 parts.
Wow.
That's what I've been thinking. 3 or 4 parts.
Wow.
Hopefully, I'll be able to do the delineation or what do you call it cleanly, so that one part ends in
Yeah.
a very good
And
place.
hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll be able to come together and
Yeah,
continue the conversation. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
It's
lot
something.
to reflect on,
Yeah, a lot to
really. So
reflect.
I really like. I thank everyone that is listening to me. Anyone that will listen, in
Yeah,
2026 when
yeah,
when we are doing this interview,
yeah,
January 2026, or
yeah,
any month in 2026, or even in the future, someone that will come
yeah,
across this in 10
yeah,
years
yeah.
time or 50 years time,
Yeah.
learning something. I hope I've just kind of had a, heart-to-heart conversation with my
Yeah.
brother, with my friend, with my
Yeah.
colleague, with my
Yeah.
person. So
Yeah. That's
thank you.
the aim. Just have this heart to heart talk, informal talk, no formality. Let's just talk about it. And it's been good. I mean, your name was one of the first to come to mind. Balade, I spoke about it recently, and I just thought, I mean, these are my people, and let's just talk about it. At least, even if I'll still talk to people that I really don't know on a personal level later on, at least I know these ones and I know what they can bring to the table when it comes to discussions like this. So thank you for always
Thank
showing
you.
up and living up to expectation. Thank you,
Thank
and
you,
I
and
hope
God
you
bless you.
enjoy the rest of your
Um,
day. Let's close with some Italian.
and my okay. Un caro saluto alla tua famiglia.
Grazie.
Fe, felice, tantissimi auguri di buon anno. Um, yeah, a te.
Anche te. Cosa fate dopo ora?
Se,
Cosa fai? Cosa fai dopo ora?
oh, devo, devo scrivere.
Oh,
eh,
okay.
devo fare
Ancora
un,
scrivere?
sì, fare ris, uh, risposte, you
Sì,
know,
sì.
risposte via email.
Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, so fai riposare.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Eh, qui, qui,
de- sì?
qui, come si dice? Alle 6, alle
Sì,
6, gia.
sì.
So,
Oh, sì. Qui a 5 minuti di alle 5, sì.
sì,
Alle
sì,
5
sì, sì.
meno 11 minuti. Ah, ma devi migliorare il tuo italiano.
Sì, sono d'accordo. Sono d'accordo. Um,
Dai,
sono d'accordo.
pro- pro-
Interessante. Nel
Hey
mio,
guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
nel mio posto lavoro, parliamo italiano.
Ok.
Sì.
Ok. Ma prossima uh, volta che noi carichiamo, how did they say, parliamo, deve par-
De-
parlare.
devo parlare
Devo parlare
italiano meglio. Sì, sì,
bene,
sì, sono
meglio
d'accordo.
di adesso.
All
Wow,
right. Oh my
that's
God.
good. It's
All right.
difficult, man, if you're not really
That is
speaking this
that
language with people outside,
that is
man.
something about Italian, even when you know what you want to say.
Yeah, so they got the words. You just start looking for the words,
Yeah, until one
and
is
then
very used
you
for it.
start remembering a shudigung.
When I've written a lot in English or I've had like a long conversation in English as we have done, to switch to Italian is very difficult.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm not at that level yet. But when I take my time to think or I can still express myself. So it's getting better. I continue to learn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll talk later then.
All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye. Enjoy
All
the
right.
rest of your
Bye
day.
bye.
Bye. Bye.